250 kids that have made six figures in 2024. It's shit like that. Like crazy
So
shit.
you made 250 people over $100,000.
25 did it in a month.
25 people made $100,000 in a month?
Bro, on everything I've ever loved. Swear to God, in 2024.
And that's like money in the pocket, like affiliate profit. Yeah.
Highest was like 225 or something.
Wow.
You know, silly number.
How many of you made millions?
I know of 3 who made 7 figures.
In a year?
As affiliate creators, bro.
How much money do you make?
Whoa. There it goes. 6 figures a month.
A month?
Uh-huh.
How old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Okay, what do you do?
I own a community called Creators Corner where I teach people how to become creators, short form creators for brands, largely on TikTok Shop, and assist them in that. And from that, I have brands that I work with. So it's basically like a, marketing agency for TikTok and short form media, work with clients, help these creators. That's pretty much it.
Cool, bro. So I had Rob the bank.
Uh-huh.
And he was talking about some mysterious guy in the shadows that was really helping him with these creators.
Uh-huh.
Come to find out, that's you. And so I would love to find out, because you've built like this machine that's just printing cash for e-com brands. But it almost feels like a modern day college at the end of the day, with like a very clear, like, you join this, you learn this skill set, we pair you with another brand that we work with, instantly you start making money, and then it grows our brand, which is probably like your private equity side, if I had to make fancy words for it. So really
good analysis.
Yeah.
Really though, that's spot on right there. The only thing I would change there is like, I don't think of it leading as making the brands money. I think of it as leading to make the creators money. And that's something that held very dear to me, like starting through all this stuff. And like, we can walk back through the whole story. Like, I think the culmination of my story makes the most sense of how we got to this point. But yeah, it's largely what you just said right there.
Creators Corner. Mm-hmm. This is basically where you teach people how to be creators. Do you call it UGC? Like UGC creators, they make content for brands specifically, and I'm assuming through TikTok Shop.
Largely,
okay.
Yeah. So like, I'm always just going to say largely because there is little pieces of stuff where we do it a little bit differently. UGC, you could call it that. I just say content creators, because they're not influencers. And they're not really the typical UGC style creators. UGC typically refers to, at least how I define it, as, creators who are making those videos that go for like paid ads and stuff like that. And they're usually not being posted for organic reach. Everything we do pretty much is like organically done, like trying to go viral, stuff like that. So that's why we're on TikTok. It's the best platform for that, 100%.
Okay, I like to get really specific. So you have an offer. You have a course, basically,
that coaching
program that teaches people how to be creators. What are you specifically teaching them?
So I'm teaching them, all the things that I've learned over the 4.5 years of doing this, which is why I was saying like my story builds into why I came to Creators Corner.
Start there. That's helpful.
Let's do it. So I'm 23 years old. I grew up in Palo Alto, California, Bay Area. Very like wealthy area, it's very expensive to live there. This is like Silicon Valley. I don't know if you're like familiar with it.
Palo Alto.
Yeah. It's a very interesting place, dude. It's like this where Apple was founded, Google, all this kind of stuff. A lot of wealth, a different type of wealth where it's not like LA flashy stuff. It's like very like, the nicest cars you'll see are probably Teslas and everybody has them. But there's all this crazy shit going on. And my parents just happened to move there 35 years ago and bought this little tiny house. I did not come from a lot of money at all, bro. Like in a lot of ways, I always grew up thinking I was broke and everything like that. And in the scheme of things, like basically was. So I grew up in this little 1,300 square foot house, 2 parents, my brother. And I learned about money really young. Like my dad and I have like an interesting relationship. I'm really, really close to my mom. She's like, I'll refer to her a lot probably through this. She's like my hero. But my parents, they got this really right, in my opinion, growing up, of like just allowing me to, experience money and do those things. I had like a very, very obvious natural pull to this. Like I just loved commerce. The idea of giving someone a service or providing a product and they pay me, that's just dope to me. I'm sure you got a similar thing, right?
Sure.
It's amazing. So that like started with like garage sales. My parents used to let me sell my old shit. in our driveway. And I remember I used to always be in the front running the cash, like literally like 7, 8 years old, like just like, give me your money. Like I was counting this, I was like all about it. And from there, it spiraled into hustles. I was always that kid selling shit. Like a lot of my hometown friends are not surprised of this story, which is like crazy, and from there, went to college. I always did well in school, but nothing crazy. I was never thought I was going to drop out of college or anything like that, which is something I still am like, where are we at right now? I was a hustler, but I was never like super against the grain type of dude. Even to this day, I'm like not super like that. But yeah, basically did all that stuff, hustling. I sold tie-dye socks in 7th grade. I sold snacks out of my locker, all the classic hustles. Worked every single type of job you could have in high school. Went to college, this school in Orange County called Chapman University. And was there. I was a freshman during 2019, 2020. So when I was attending the school, had one of my most legendary hustles. I don't know if you've ever seen these. I don't know how much you've dove on my stuff, but I had a dorm room bar. And for legal reasons, I'm going to say everything was virgin. It wasn't, but I was just out here having fun, dude, and I was like, I'm going to go broke partying. I might as well like have some fun with this hustle. And I was selling drinks out of my room, and I was like, damn, everywhere I go, doesn't matter where I go, I'm always going to be doing this. Like, this is what I love to do, provide a service that people pay me for, and have a good time while doing it. And then COVID hit. Crazy time. How old are you?
28.
You're 28.
I'm an elder, bro.
Really? This space will make you feel old and tell you you're old and you're not, which is something I've realized.
I'm
It's
getting unk.
crazy, dude. It's just wild the times we're in, how young you can get started with this shit. So 2020, COVID happens. And I'm like, fuck, I lost this hustle that was great, bro. Like it was I went to the Chapman's, like a smaller school. USC Rejects is what they call it. It's like a mini USC. And I was like, damn, like, what am I going to do, bro? Like, I've been seeing this for so long of like actual real money that's made online. And there was this kid in my fraternity who had a Lamborghini. I didn't know what the hell that meant, and the kid told me, he's like, dude, I do Amazon FBA. And he was like this kind of mysterious character that would like come in and out. Turns out there was like more to that story. I'm not going to get into it, but like you can kind of figure it out. But regardless, like he inspired me, and he was like, yeah, I did Amazon FBA, and like you could do it too, bro. He's like, I see what you're doing. Just go do that and don't give up. And that shit really stuck with me. I was like, damn, I feel like if you can do anything if you just don't give up. And you just go, like, the only way you fail low key is how you give up, huh? He's like, yeah, I lost money. Like, just keep going, bro. You'll figure it out. I was like, okay, this is something. And left school feeling inspired. At that time it was like, I don't know if you remember this, like March 2020. Like they're like, is it gonna be 2 weeks? Are you gonna be coming back? Like this and that. Like it was kind of up in the air. So I actually went home and then had to drive all the way back. So it was like 10-hour drive from, I grew up in the Bay Area, back up to Orange County, and drove back. And I remember calling my friend. I have this friend, Evan, who actually has a office down the street from you guys now. And this is like my childhood best friend. He always like, just he's not as much of a natural hustler as me. Just one of those amazing guys that's like always down for the fucking ride.
Yeah, down to ride, yeah.
We talked the entire car ride. Okay, 10 hours on the phone, legit. I hope he sees this and remembers this, But I'm like, dude, we gotta do some shit, bro. Like we gotta like let's fucking try some shit. Like what are some shits we can do? There's FBA. The FBA is hard. Like there's stuff that goes into it that just scared me. I knew I was gonna like of like certificates you got to get, wholesale trade. I was like, fuck that. And then this thing pops up, says drop shipping. I'm like, why not? Like let's just do it. Like worst case, we learn some shit, And he's like, let's do it. And we just jump on drop shipping. The first person I ever watched and I bought his course was Scott Hilsey.
Who's I was just with him.
Great guy, bro.
Great guy.
Amazing guy, bro. Shout out Scott Hilsey. Like, we're really good friends now too. We're pretty good friends, but I've told him this whole story. He's mysterious as fuck, bro. Scott Hilsey always in the shadows doing some lit shit.
He's just living in Colorado, bro.
Yeah, it's just always up to something. Side quest king, you know. And his course was phenomenal, bro. And it was funny that the mindset stuff on his shit was just like life changing for me. You know, he was like saying the whole thing of don't give up, all this kind of stuff. His story was similar. I remember him saying this one thing that I held very dearly, where he was like, yo, you know, you're going to spend money on this and you're going to lose money. And if it bothers you, you know, if $1,000 or whatever bothers you, just remember that even just 20 years ago, you'd have to spend $30,000 to get a brick and mortar business. And there was no online money and all this kind of shit. And if you can't understand that and realize that you're blessed to even be able to spend that and lose money and do this and make money online, then business probably isn't for you. And I was like, I am not going to do that. Business is for me. I know myself. I'm sticking with this. Start grinding Instacart during this time. Was doing like 40-hour, 50-hour weeks in Instacart during COVID. The money then was like, to me, it was crazy. You know, it was probably $30-$40 an hour. But like, I was like, saving us. I was like, I'm going to put it all into this little account with Evan. We're going to split this and we're just going to go. And we start fucking around with this drop shipping shit just to progress it. Basically, we get started on this. We put it into like a joint account, so it's not like going out of our personal. It wasn't even no LLC, none of that shit. And we started reading at the same time, which was massive. And we just started being delusional. And it was the best time in the world to be delusional. 2020. You know, you could do whatever you wanted then. No one's watching you. You're not in school. Everything's over the phone.
Facts.
You know, it was a great time. Very, very blessed, you know. And you know, we start journaling, all this kind of stuff, something I'll talk about later. And we're like, dude, we're going to make it with this shit. We're going to make it. I don't know how we're going to make it with this stuff. And, you know, I don't know if you could get more dumb than we were too. Like, it just goes to show you can, don't worry about where you're at. You can always make it. Cause like, dude, stuff that I should have figured out in a day took me like weeks to figure out. This is when Facebook ads were more beginner friendly. You did drop shipping, right?
I've tried literally everything.
Okay. Your partner did drop shipping though. Cause
Yes.
I've watched his videos.
Yes.
And we're going there and it's like, you know, Facebook ads were like way easier. Like we figured out how to do this semi quick, went through some products, whatever, stumbled on these color changing swimwear product. And we put up some ads and it gets some sales. I remember the first day I got some sales, bro. Whew. I think it'll be hard to top those kind of days.
Yeah. It doesn't feel real.
You know, the only regret I have, dude, is not documenting more of that shit.
Yeah.
Hormozy always talks about that. He's like, you're always going to regret you didn't document more. I'm trying to get better with that. And I'm just like, oh my God, we're going to get fucking rich, Evan. We're going to do this shit. We're going to take over the fucking world. Yeah, it did not happen like we thought it was. But we start to figure stuff out. We're not making any money, of course. Dropshipping is hard, bro. But this is the start of everything now. Now I'm going to really get into how this leads into Creators Corner. Is we're like, okay, it goes to show you how stupid we were too. We're like, oh, I bet you it'll make our ads convert better if we have like socials for our brand, you know? And so we're like, okay, I should probably start posting this stuff on like, you know, Instagram and TikTok and like show that like, you know, what if someone looks us up from the ad, you know, and it's like they need to see that we're legit. We're so dumb, bro. No concept of consumer psychology, but you know, things come unexpected. I get this product and I start filming TikToks literally just, like I said, just to show that we're a brand. Like I didn't care if we get one view or whatever. First time I get these shorts, I pour some water on them for a video, put a sound behind it, whatever. 1.5 million views, you know? And sales didn't even really come from it because we didn't even know how to make a site. The link was broken, all this kind of stuff. But I was like, whoa. Like the fact that we got 2 sales from this, we didn't even have to put ad spend in this. 2020, there was no brands on TikTok, bro. Like there was no one to compare to. It didn't even exist. And I remember Scott Hilsey saying something too. Like he's like, you know, I'm gonna tell you some stuff that worked for me, but chances are you're gonna find some sauce here and make your own recipe with a piece of everything that you see and something unique you added. I was like, oh, this is it. And it's crazy because it is. That's like literally what happened. We end up just second video I post. 1.5 million views, and it's the start of this just massive, you know, like run, and my whole career has become TikTok since then. And I had a natural kind of like inclining to doing this. Like I knew how to make TikToks. I was a big fan of TikTok. In high school, I went viral for playing a prank on my teacher, stuff like that. So like I knew how to do it, and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is back still when TikTok was like if you were posting on there, like people were making fun of you. This is not like TikTok's like kind of cool now,
Yeah, it was with people dancing basically.
Yeah, it was that time. Exactly. People dancing, no fucking products, dude. There's no products. And I was like, oh my God, we have something. We're getting sales now. People are asking about bikinis, and we're like, oh my God, we got to make bikinis. We get bikinis made. I don't know how we figured out how to make custom bikinis with like 100 MOQ. I don't even know. We did it. And we weren't even making enough money. I was just journaling saying, I'm going to make $10,000 profit before the end of the summer ends. I'm going to make $10,000 profit before the end of the summer ends. Did not look like we were going to do that. We had just started in like April, May of 2020. It's coming around August. And I'm actually going to go back to school. I'm on the way driving back to school. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Here's there. But the bikinis came in the day before. This whole story's on my YouTube even more in depth. But I post this shit. And we do 35K in a day. The bikinis went berserk. Okay. Like this video gets 6 million views. Goes just bananas, dude. Selling like hotcakes. I'd never seen any. It was years later till I seen someone like figure out the organic thing, and it was the birth of my creator journey, right? Me and Evan just making videos, and I was doing them all with my own 2 hands, and this is where I learned everything. Okay, we do 500 million views. We had 1 million followers on this account, Chameleon Swim, and we go through all these lows and highs and lows and highs, some 6-figure revenue months, not profit, big difference. When I talked about those numbers earlier, like I'm always going to talk in profit or disclaim that. And we end up doing 7 figures in sales on this over the next year or two. And it changed my life, bro. Like it was the best thing that ever happened to me. TikTok was my bread and butter. That was all I really focused on. That was my thing. I get on Twitter, start talking about it. That was kind of the birth of TikTok Organic, 2021, 2022. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
That's when UGC comes around, and it was just insane. I go through this turbulence with my Chameleon Swim. I thought I was going to be a millionaire selling it. Brand dies. I make pennies off it, but I had some money. Like I had like 100, 200 grand to my name. I think it was like by the end of Chameleon Swim, I had like 100 grand to my name. And I was like, I'm not broke. I'm very grateful. My college self would be hyped, but I fucked up though. I was like, there's something like I should have like this shouldn't have ended like that. I did 500 million views, bro.
What happened?
It's just that like I was a dumbass brand owner, like running this product, so tied to it and all this stuff. And like I had a little community called The Collective, where it was just like it was $50 a month, whatever. It still exists actually. It's called YFD. It's on WAP. Shout out WAP. Yeah. But and people were obviously using our teachings for dropshipping and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, this model just feels off, bro.
Yeah.
And this is really where it starts to come together. I'm like, this model just feels off. 500 million views, 100 grand to my name. Of course, I made hella mistakes, but I even know people, and I'm sure you know people like this in e-com, that like I've seen people go into debt from this, and like,
oh yeah,
and I've seen obviously a few people just absolutely stand out and whatever. Not really as much in drop shipping compared to like brand owning or something like Rob. I was like, what's going on, dude? Like there's something else to this. And this is kind of the birth of UGC and like creators. And I started an agency. I'm done with the brand. I'm like, you know what? Let me offer these services. I might as well do some consulting and stuff like that. And we'll see where it goes. And it just made so much fucking sense, dude. No one was doing this. Everyone was trying to launch a UGC agency, but they were doing UGC, not this kind of thing of like actually having, 10 creators go onto a brand and make content for them, like 10 of me, I will absolutely give flowers where it's due. That space, like, bro, you've seen this. This is crazy. It's like, it was the talk of the internet, right? And I was like, dude, everybody's still talking about drop shipping and owning the brand and this and that. I'm like, dude, being a creator is fucking epic. I had 2 kids under me that were trying to do drop shipping for like 6 months a year, made no money. They come on to creating, first month, 10K each, with no shop, no anything. I was like, I didn't even know shop was going to come around one day. I just need to do this. Shout out Sydney and Z, my two my 2 creators that were with me from day one, I'm like, I watched their lives change because that was profit when I talk 10K. I'm not talking 10K on a Shopify dashboard. I'm talking 10K in their bank.
What, like, is it an affiliate deal?
Like a base retainer to do the videos, and then their videos blew up, got hella sales, tracked through a link, and then they got those commissions, 10K, right?
Before TikTok Shop, just straight
Before
up.
TikTok Shop.
Link in bio. Okay.
Link in bio, like one of those like a little affiliate platforms. I was like, bro, this is life changing. This is it. Because like I'm in the game of like, and then in turn, these brands make money, all this kind of stuff. Now here was the problem. I was running the model where I was charging the brands. And I just realized it's slim pickings, dude. It's like, okay, the brand gives me 10K. And then I got to go get 6-7 creators under, give them whatever, 7,000 of that 10K. I take like a little cut there. This don't make no fucking sense, dude. I'm not here for 3K, and it's a good amount of work.
Yeah.
I got to teach them a bunch of shit.
Manage people, yeah.
And they can only do a few products. Because I know as a creator, your creativity is everything. I'm not incentivized to like sit there and teach them every little thing. I'm not scripting videos. I'm like, something's up with that. And I was in this weird standstill where my income was here. I was making like 20K a month. This is when I was living in Scottsdale. This agency would get good results for clients. Not unreal, but good. I had these few creators making money. I had all these pieces. My income was here, but my like knowledge and all that was like up here. I was like, fuck, dude. I sit there thinking for like a month, dude. And I like just asked, at that time I didn't have a relationship with God, but just the universe, like, help me figure out this problem, And one day I literally wake up and I'm like, dude, I know what it is. I know what I need to do. No one's doing this shit yet. I need to, like, it starts with the creators. And that's why I corrected you earlier about the brand thing. It always starts with, like, it started with them. And I go, dude, no more brands. No more brands. I'm gonna focus on these creators. Last client I ever took, though, robbed the fucking bank. Last client I ever took. And there's something so special about that. And I was like, you know what? And he trusted me more than anyone else did. And was like a big piece of this. And I told him what I was trying to do. And he's like, I think you should absolutely do that. We were already doing well for him. He's like, you should absolutely do that. And in fact, I'm gonna back you up on whatever you need for that, bro. Like, this is the future and you got to run this. Basically, the idea was Creators Corner. I didn't have a name yet. My partners, Cal and Luca on Creators Corner. A lot of people don't know about them either. They ran the other dropshipping Discord with me. They also have done hundreds of millions of views. Even they were like, I don't know, like, sounds a little, you think people, my biggest objection at first was people didn't want to feel like freelancers. They were like, oh, well, I don't want a job. I want to be an entrepreneur. Isn't a freelancer like a job? And I was like, no, fuck that. If you're making 10K a month, 20K a month, you'll realize really quickly this is the best thing ever. I was like, guys, don't worry about it. And they're like, all right. So I'm like, let's just try it. Like, I don't want to do dropshipping coaching. I don't want to run this agency. I don't want to do it. Like, let's do this. And they're like, all right, let's do it. We launched Creators Corner, basically teaching creators how to make viral content and make money from it and be affiliates for brands. Because I was like, now I have incentive to teach these people. I have, I'll have a talent pool to pick from. I got this brand owner who's going to give me the first, kind of foundation of all this with trust. I'm going to get everybody paid. I've done all the models for my agency. I know the lessons of what works, what doesn't. I knew retainers were going to be a big piece. No one was doing that yet. Not even close, of like the retainer plus affiliate thing. So then they show up, do the videos. You can guarantee, because affiliates you don't control, right? They can do their own thing and they all crash out on you. I was like, we're going to do retainers plus this affiliate. Rob's going to like help us out, get the first people on retainer, and we're going to fucking crush it for him. And if not, whatever. But like, we need to do this. We launch it, the first 20, 30 sales calls. Luca was doing the sales. Cal was like the main coach. And then I was just like the head of like everything. So I've always had the majority. And the first 20 sales calls, bro, Luca's like taking him with his shirt off. Like, we're like, we had built up a lot of goodwill. I've made it this far, like largely off goodwill and like trying to be the best I can. And it definitely was like a big piece of starting this. First 20 sales calls, we literally just go, bro, just trust us. Well, I think this is going to work. And if it doesn't, we'll give you your money back. Promise you that. Like, I stand on that. I hate how people are in the coaching and courses space. I will own on 10 toes that I sell a course and coaching program. there's still such a stigma around it though. I was like, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be through this. My deeper meaning is that I'm going to be different. I'm going to be my mother's son through this. I'm going to live on and like, you know, never have someone say that they got scammed or had a bad time. And I'm going to make all these people money. We're going to figure it out by any means. Close the calendar after that. Started with these. And bro, it worked. And, you know, it started with Top Shelf. Rob, he put all these guys on retainer, like fucking 50 students, I think, or something like that. And we went ballistic for him. We went from 100, 200K a month Top Shelf to 500, 600. You know, these are like with a guy who really knows how to run this business too. You know, he's a fucking vet. I was like, oh my God, we have something. He introduced me to some friends. We do the same thing for them. Hits again. You know, within 2 weeks, I had my first 10K student, which is like, you know, not what a lot of courses and shit can say. And we just kept going up and up and up from there, just focusing on my students and my creators first. Everything comes from there.
Okay, so I want to go into this. So basically, you created an offer for like, how much was it?
At that time, it was only 2K too.
So you're basically charging people $2,000 to join your group, Creators Corner. And inside of Creators Corner, you basically teach them how to make content for brands. So like you're going through like what good hooks are, what good content formats are, how to do a call to action, how to add this, like how to make an account, how to add an affiliate link to your bio. Just like a pretty straightforward course. And then you're just like hopping on weekly calls with them to like
way more than weekly. You know, it was like I'm and still to this day, like I'm super active in everything. You know, like.
How'd you get the first 20 people in there? How'd you know them? How'd you find them?
The collective and Twitter. I had a decent sized Twitter following, and I, you know, even at that time, I could explain why it was likely gonna work. You know, and I had a pretty solid reputation. You know,
how many people do you have on Twitter at that time?
I don't even know, maybe 20,000.
Yeah, so 20,000 people. You just like made some tweets saying I'm gonna.
Yeah.
This is a way to make money, be a creator, and I'll show you how I did it. Basically.
Yeah, I kind of have this like I guess you call it God-gifted ability though to like people just find me, bro. The right people always find me somehow, and like I just do my best to help them.
And they just hopped on a sales call. You told them what was going down. Like, we think there's a big opportunity if you just learn how to make content like me, work with the brand. What are the retainers looking like? Like, how much is a retainer?
Dude, so here's a big piece of this, right? This was I knew gonna shake the fucking game, because we do retainers. They're nothing crazy, bro. Like nothing. Still to this day, they're about the same as what we started at. They range anywhere from as low as 300 for 30 videos, like basically nothing, dude, all the way up to, you know, 2,000-3,000, right? Depending on experience level. Very important, bro. Because I was like, dude, if I can figure out a way that the second you get through it and join my shit and get through the course, which can happen in a day, and get to this, you can start making money. Literally, doesn't matter if you're a total beginner, you'll get the retainer. You know, you'll get paid $300. And I'm like, dude, that can change somebody's life. $300 retainer.
So how long is the course?
Probably 8-10 hours. It's pretty, yeah.
So if they watch that, you instantly give them a retainer, or how do you like check if they're like actually like? Back
in the day, dude, we were. I'm not like a super systems organized kind of dude.
Me neither.
You know, dude, I honestly have a feeling I'm significantly worse than you. Just seeing how you did the calendar invite with the address and shit, I was like, damn.
I'm fancy, huh?
Yeah,
I learned that here.
I mean, look at this. It's gorgeous, dude. Yeah, I was like, back then, I think, honestly, we wouldn't even check if people got through the course and shit. But yeah, now it's like you go through the course, you have to do a test.
When you think about businesses growing their sales beyond forecasts like Mattel, sure, you think about a product with demand, a focused brand, and influence-driven marketing, but an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not so secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your shoppers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Mattel uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/WGMI, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/WGMI to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/WGMI. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode.
You launch the offer. It's just, you have like a VSL, charge people $2,000.
Bro, didn't even have that.
Well, now let's talk
Then-
about now.
yeah,
Let's
didn't-
talk about
okay,
now.
okay,
I
okay.
want to talk about like
Okay.
because what you're doing now is low key like what like big companies should be doing like for themselves internally at the end
I
of the
totally
day.
agree.
So like I really want to go explain it or understand it. 'Cause
And it's
I've-
almost impossible though. which
I've
is
only
crazy thing.
I've only seen it on the outside, so I want to
Mhm.
I can really dig in. So I'm curious. So you have a VSL now, just a 10-minute video explaining like be a creator, creator's corner. We're gonna basically you're promising we're gonna teach you how to be a creator, and then we'll place you with the brand.
Mhm.
So like it's like the new college. Like the reason you go to college is to get a degree, gain a skill set, and then get a job.
It's like a job placement like
Exactly.
offer. Yeah.
So but you're actually training them, and then you're helping them get their job. So they're getting a degree at Creator's Corner, and then you're literally placing them with a retainer.
CC University.
Straight up, it
Uh-huh.
should be called that. It's super smart. I think this is how all education will work in the gig economy in the future. So how do people right now, like how are you actually getting, let's just go through your program first.
Okay.
What are you actually teaching them? Like, what are the tangible skills to be a good creator?
So first things first, and this is actually going to be a piece of stuff that, you know, I don't even care to, like, this is some sauce, okay? This is some fucking sauce.
That's what we're here for.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like, it's like, we're so far established, like, I don't even care, you know? It's like, I think early on I would have been gatekeeping this shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, first things first, dude, I'm a big energy. I'm very passionate. I think you can tell, you know, like, I'm very, like, I love what I do. And, you know, I'm going to be myself. And one thing that brought me so far, like I was explaining to you, was, like, mindset, dude. I had the worst mindset, dude. Like, scared, you know, imagine, like, bro, my mom was a teacher. We're living on a teacher's salary. Like, we had money problems. My dad got hit really hard in the 2008 thing. Like, bro, my money trauma was deep, right?
Interesting.
And I knew that mindset, and I was so insecure and all this sorts of stuff. And that matters, dude. It's,
Oh, yeah.
You know, you gotta really, like, work on yourself before you can work on anything else, in my opinion. Well, and I was like, you know what? Deeper than all this, dude, like, call it TikTok creator training. Like, I'm going to do life training, you know, on top of this. So since day one, bro, the first videos have always been mindset and specifically journaling. I'm like, dude, before I can build you up as what a creator and this person, I need you to kind of break down these old beliefs, right? Because I still to this day almost entirely only work with total beginners. Almost entirely, not always. Sometimes people come in goated and we just give them more opportunities and they help us and whatever. But I'm like, I got to break you down to rebuild you. You know, that's what a real mentor would do, you know? So I talk about journaling. I talk about, you know, like really doing the right thing even when no one's looking. Shout out Julie Williams, my mom, realest to ever do it. She always taught me that shit. And it's taken me so far. Talk about, you know, trusting yourself, all this kind of shit, right? Little mindset shit. And the journaling thing has been massive. Everyone's journaling. I'm going to be a 10K creator. I'm going to be this and that. And my results from that are stupid. I genuinely ask people all the time, what do you think the results would be in Creators Corner? Because we can talk numbers, bro. I got some unicorn numbers for you when you want them. You know, 250 kids that have made six figures in 2024. It's shit like that. Like, crazy
So
shit.
you made 250 people over $100,000.
Okay, actually, I don't know. Like, dude, some of them in 25 did it in a month.
25 people made $100,000 in a month?
Bro, on everything I've ever loved. Swear to God, in 2024.
And that's like money in the pocket, like affiliate profit. Yeah.
Highest was like 225 or something.
Wow.
You know, silly number.
How many of you made millions?
I know of 3 who made 7 figures
In a year?
As affiliate creators, bro.
That's crazy.
You
man.
know, talk about if you think it's a job still. Like I said, that was
That's
number one
crazy.
objection.
Yeah.
It's a fucking damn good job, but it's not. You know, it's not a job. It's deeper. But 250 made over 10K in a month, and I know that because I shipped all of them plaques for it, and so I can tell you that. And almost all of them consistently did it, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was about probably 200 made 6 figures somewhere in there. There's also ones that didn't report all that, but
I mean,
yeah.
for how fast that happened too, it's incredible.
Exactly. In the start of the year, we barely had shop too. Some of the, like 50 of those, I bet, were not even on shop to this day. I still do stuff on other platforms for international people, all sorts of stuff, right? But with that, this journaling stuff we talked about, I bet you 50% of that, if not 80, wouldn't have come without this journaling and mindset stuff.
You think that's more of like a spiritual, like that's the operating system needed to succeed, like put it into the universe type of thing?
Oh, 100%.
Or are you like working out, like what beliefs are you working out of people?
Fear, scarcity, doubt, all sorts of stuff like that. And more importantly, like train your brain to be focused on the right things, you know? And when you put those out there, I'm not a big believer in whoop-de-wah-wah of, you know, manifesting just you write it and it just happens. Like, you have to work towards it and all that. But you're here in CC with me, bro. Like, if you listen, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it. I know how to do this shit. And, you know, so it's more just the focus of it. And your brain starts working it back, bro.
It's like setting the goalpost, staying focused, being intentional.
Goals tell you where you want to be, and your brain will figure it out. You act like you already have it and speak it with gratitude. This is a very specific way I journal. And you do it exactly like that, it will fucking happen.
So speak in present tense, like it's already here.
I'm so grateful that I got to share my story on the Brett podcast, you know, stuff like that before it happens, and somehow it'll fucking happen, you know. I don't do dates anymore too, so, but I just want to say one of my big things, dude, and a lot of people know me for this, is I'm like a very big believer in giving and gifts and stuff like that, and just like, you know, living in abundance. And I think you're someone that doesn't get enough praise for all the stuff you do for people. You know, there's no payment to come on this podcast. You come on here and chill, and you actually care about this story. I can tell you want to be here. And so I was like very adamant. I was like, I need to get this dude a cool gift.
No way.
So I just want to stop and give you this for a second.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. You're the first one to ever give me a gift. That's fantastic.
Let's fucking go. I didn't know if I was the first or not, but I knew I was going to be one of them, because I was like, it's just, you have a job that like you do it so effortlessly. People don't realize, you know, how important it is. So we'll see what you think of it.
I appreciate it, bro. Even the words are super nice.
So this is a custom journal.
Fire, yes.
With laser engraved with your logo.
Let's go, bro.
And your name right here. Is it Malinowski?
Yeah, Malinowski. Yeah,
Okay.
same thing.
So little journal if you ever wanted to journal.
You're the man, bro.
And then
Teach me how to use this.
but we got mics going down.
You're good.
And then a little Mont Blanc pen to go with it. I don't know if you have one of these. Those are great though.
No, I was just looking at pins the other day with my girlfriend. Nice.
So
Okay, teach me how to use this, bro.
well, it's just, bro. You can do whatever you want with it, really. But
That's nice, bro.
You know,
I like the weight to it.
yeah, you're already killing it, man. You don't need anything. But
It's the thought, bro. I've actually, like, everything you're saying with like beliefs and like speaking in present tense is something I've like really actively taken on. A relationship with God, like the last year and a half, like brand new for me.
I can't wait to talk about that with you.
Ironically, like, you'd think that this is something they'd prioritize in your younger years, but for some reason never came through till 26. So.
Same thing.
So I would actually like to go deep on like how you recommend journaling.
Yeah.
I think the present tense stuff is super important.
Yeah, so I just
the
threw
beliefs.
a journal in there too. Like the class was kind of like fucked up, whatever. But you can throw whatever journal you want in there.
Oh no, fire! Bro. This will work. I need one of these.
You know, it'll
Thank you,
last
bro.
forever too with the logo and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So
What is this?
some other pen.
Okay,
I couldn't
cool.
fit the Mont one in there, so
No, I like the fancy
you know,
taste,
get
bro.
another journal and throw it in there too, and whatever.
This
but
is beautiful, bro. I really appreciate it.
you really deserve it,
Thank
bro.
you so much.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, and actually for the kind words. That means a lot. No one's ever gone on their way to say that, so it genuinely means a lot.
It's the least I can do, man. Yeah, so the journaling stuff is like it's all this, bro. It makes you a better person. It makes you, you know, fulfilled. You know, I wouldn't say I'm fully there, but I'm close to. You know, just because I don't believe in perfection. And I've just seen this, dude. Like, it's amazing, these stories that come out of my group. You know, when people pay me money, bro, like, I'm very proud of the fact that I'm not a bad apple.
I will say I got a DM today
Okay.
from people in your group.
Wow.
And that's the first thing they said. They were very focused on like the belief changing. Hey, Brett, I believe Jimmy is going to be on your podcast tomorrow. I wanted to let you know that Jimmy has changed my life and so many others, not only financially, but with the mindset of abundance and not living in scarcity, spiritually, etc., and all the amazing people in Creator's Corner. It goes on for like a little longer, but like that was like the opening line.
And watch this, dude. You know, it's one thing I take, like, I remember damn near every single person's name, their story, stuff like that. Like, okay. Was it Christos?
I don't know. Let's see.
Matt?
It's Xanth.
Xanth. Yep. It's like, I can just tell you like random fact. Like, I'm in his profile picture. You know, it's like shit I remember of stuff like that. You know,
That's good, bro.
Kid, I think just made a $25K a month profit.
Really? Mm-hmm. What is he promoting? What is he doing? Can you explain what he does?
So I'll get back to the core stuff. Okay. But dude, that shit's awesome. You know, see like that. Bro,
I've never had that happen either. So
fuck, I love that kind of stuff, dude. Just because I wanted to inspire people. I don't want to be the only one, but I love the idea of people being inspired by this. I just, like, regardless if this gets 10 views or 1 million, I hope people just get inspired by this to, like, you know, live like their mom's watching or whoever, right? Because I love the way things are shifting. That shit is amazing there. So from there, you know, you get past there. Now, one thing that people forget, bro, is that I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about very in depth, and it's like I have been doing this for so long. I'm obviously not a creator anymore, but I've just seen more data than anyone doing this 4.5 years. I've not done anything else in my career, and I have not crashed out on crypto and done like also how people shift. Like I've nothing wrong with that, but there's a reason I know what I'm talking about, and it's hard for people to replicate. So from there, it's just straight, going through case studies, talking about, ways of making viral content that also converts. I talk about the baselines of viral content is also always going to be emotion sparking. You make someone feel something. No one understands the TikTok algorithm. All we know is that if you make content, people want to watch it, usually ends up somewhere you want it to be. All this kind of stuff. I'm very objective with my stuff. My mom was a teacher, dude. So like I do also like love to teach. I have a, I don't want to like praise myself, but like I do feel like I have God gifted ability to teach people.
It's a skill, and it's like actually like a thing that you like. Some people have it, some people don't. You like to teach, and you're good at teaching. Yeah. Therefore, you should be a teacher.
And you know what you're talking about too, right? It's like.
And you've done it, yeah.
All those, it's all culmination. That's why I wanted to explain my story before. So it makes sense coming up to this. So go through all that. We have, then I have people, my partners, coaches, creators that make videos in there. We talk about, business practices, like how to work with these brands, what to do, your next steps from there, all this stuff, it's hours and hours of shit. And so basically they go through that, they learn, they make a little video that my coaches review, stuff like that. And then from there, we connect you with brands, right? So we have a job board. You post your stuff. I have all these managers. So I have just about 20 managers who are kind of like leveled up creators. Shout out my first ones ever, Santerre and Xander, two youngins. Xander's 19, bro, making crazy bread. And basically they were all former creators and students. And I basically saw like characteristics of like me running the agency, what to look for. So that's like people who are organizationally pretty solid. They don't miss posts. They're consistent, right? Because a lot of like creative people tend not to be the best managers because it's too reformed, right? Like ultra creative. Like I call it. There's creative crash out, like right brain people, and then there's like I think it's what it is. Left brain people are like the brute force, always gonna show up, always gonna outwork people, whatever, right? And so I kind of just like carefully curated this, gave it a shot of having them, because before when I first started with Top Shelf and stuff, I would loosely manage it and it would kind of just be a free for all. We'd make these little mini brand discords, like Top Shelf Discord. The creators would join it and they'd keep up with posts. The brand would be in there, blah, blah, blah. And it worked, like, but it just wasn't dialed. When I got these managers in there, so they post the job boards, they make the mini Discord, they make a content brief, they do content review calls specific to the brand, they communicate with the brand.
Can someone please invent a crystal ball? Until then, over 40,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR into one fluid platform. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. When you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you're spending less time looking backwards and more time on what's next. If I needed this product, it's what I'd use. Speaking of opportunity, download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/WGMI. This guide is free to you at netsuite.com/WGMI. netsuite.com/WGMI. Okay, so we need to pause and we need to go through what that I need 15 minutes of just this concept. Okay, so you've trained creators, you breeze through what they're taught. I'm going to circle back and ask you more there. But this is the magic that's happening. So you train the creators, join Creators Corner if you actually want to learn how. Then once they're actually qualified creators, they passed your test. There's a job board of basically all the different brands that you're partnered with. And these are like different e-com brands, like supplements. What are they? Like supplements, whatever.
So we do a lot in supplements and health.
Okay.
And Rob taught me what to look for there too. Like God brought me to Rob. Like that's my long lost brother. with what to like. It's very important because obviously like people hear supplements and they're like, oh, you sell. It's like, dude, I'm in all these bad apple spaces, bro. It's like, oh, you sell a
courses
course
and supplements.
So it's like, oh, so you're a scammer snake oil salesman. I'm like, God damn, dude. But here's why we largely do supplements, bro, is because a big problem in drop shipping and all that stuff was the product.
Quality,
Dude,
yeah.
You know, the
No
out of the
moat.
pillars of conversions I talk about, the 6 pillars of conversions, the first one is product. You know, at the end of the day, people have to want your shit. And people used to go viral all the time for things didn't want, you know, people didn't want that shit. Like there's some funny ones of like the United States ice cube tray. Bro, this shit got like probably 30 million views and like nobody bought that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody, you know,
It's viral, but not
it's like
a real problem.
Yeah. It was viral because how stupid it was.
Yeah.
Bro. You know, it doesn't solve a problem, doesn't really add any value to anyone's life. And supplements are so amazing because, like, okay, Chameleon Swim was a very viral product that people like wanted. You know, it was like a
Very clear problem.
You know, it wasn't even a problem, dude. It's just a value add. You know,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
cool. You know,
Exactly.
it's viral and whatever. You know, very visual. You pour the water on, it changes colors. You know, it had some controversy to it, which was like a concept I coined early of like for virality that people used to take too far and shit. But like that's a whole nother thing. You know, people would ask, "What happens if you pee, bro?" You know, that shit used to get so many viral comments. It was insane. And I was like, oh, whoa, okay. You know, the problem is then from there, I realized that virality is inherently not forever. Virality would not be there if it was infinite. It's finite. So you have to be able to shift. And the problem is when you have these products, they come and die because you can't really iterate off them. The best ones that last the longest, you're able to iterate off. And so, you know, I was like, you know, always look through different niches. You kind of just basically tell people viral product, look for viral products, sell viral products. But there was no super strong niche. There's other stuff that's good, like weed products, like related accessories would go crazy, sports stuff, electronics, right? But dude, supplements are amazing because every time pretty much they're going to solve a problem or add value to someone's life. Every time they will. Every time. And if you find good ones, they have repeat orders and we'll get positive reviews and positive comments, and people have a lot of questions around it, which is great for virality and engagement and stuff like that. And then the best part of all, bro, is that you can make there's like infinite, you know, there's all these iterations. So a big part, bro, was of all this stuff working out as well as it did, I'm not gonna lie, is like the preparation I had there. Like I knew, like if you're just some grifter who's trying to jump on the space because it's hot, which is unfortunately like a huge thing still to this day, you're never going to get stuff. And that's why a lot of times their products are terrible, bro. I'm talking like they're like courses, coaching, all this. They don't know that shit. They're just like, they don't know why they're doing it, anything like that. And that was a huge win for us. So we largely do health related supplements and health related products, like from anywhere to, you know, legitimate like ashwagandha gummies and, you know, testosterone boosting supplements to help like no bullshit ingredient gum, beef tallow, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can do this educational style. There's so many different types of videos you can make. It's a playbook.
Yeah. It's a huge TAM, and it solves a very clear problem with a very clear outcome. Like you don't have to market the ingredients, even though it can be a part of it. But like you're really marketing like a clear, like get clear skin, lose weight, like
talk about
very
all that.
clear outcomes. Yeah.
And there's usually something for everybody too, bro.
Exactly.
Because like not everybody's gonna be into it, and
That makes a lot of sense.
you know, it
yeah.
really
So
does.
then you have a job board of different. You just typically work with supplements. Like that's like your go-to.
Health-related products for the
Health-related
most-
products. So then you're finding creators. You're building up creators. Then you have these businesses that I'm sure you. Do you have equity in some of them? I assume.
Yeah.
Do you
Shout
have
out Rob.
yeah. So you and Rob like partnered. You have equity in some of these businesses. You also probably get some sort of like cut if creators make a sale, I assume.
And so you want to know something crazy too, dude? And this like I get a lot of joy out of it, and thankfully it also makes me money, usually long term and whatever. But like ends up being a good business decision. I love doing stuff that people aren't willing to do. Dude, I still to this day, like even with ones we charge and all that, like massively undercharge the brand side and don't ever focus on trying to make money there and being obsessed there. Even sometimes like every time you start with me, I don't charge because I want to be aligned with the brand. I need you to trust my systems, and give that money to my fucking creators, because that's what I'm trying to optimize for. So I let my creators and my managers make 90% of that money. And I'll take rips and stuff like that and get involved when it makes sense.
Well, how's the structure work? Like, say I give you $100,000, or like, how does it work? Like, if I'm a brand that comes to you, I'm a supplement brand that comes to you, and I want all these creators posting my content, how does that work?
So just to be clear here, in case anyone's watching, because this is probably the most common DM I get to this day, I'm not taking on new clients. You know, you can ask, but there's a 1 in 99 chance that I'm down. If at this point I have all the case studies and everything too, like I've probably seen you, and if I want to work with you, I'll reach out to you. I have like 40, 50 clients, and I'm probably going to take 1 or 2 more all of 2025. Okay. Like, I'm here to build with them.
For sure.
Yeah. Dude, what's so cool.
You own the equity. You can't diversify that much.
Yeah. Yeah. The equity stuff is interesting too. I don't get obsessed over that too, to be honest with you. Because I'll take like minority rips on ones that I'm involved with launching or whatever, like, or it's with me and Rob. But I'm not obsessed over that, dude. Like, a big part of this brand stuff and the whole reason I'm optimizing and helping people become creators is because that shit is so hard, dude.
To become a creator?
No, but only be a brand owner.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I have so much commitment to Rob and my amazing brand clients, what they do, and the risks they have to take on, and all the pieces they have to put together. I could never, bro. I just wanted to do my content, and I just wanted to, like...
Okay, so you more view it like just, I'm going to help my creators eat. Like, so give them retainers. I need 30 to get a retainer, and then give them a good affiliate deal, and I'm happy.
That's it.
Cool.
And let
Simple.
my manager fucking do his thing, because, you know, or him or her, I have, 20 of them.
So does the manager get like a retainer as well, I assume?
And
from
dude,
the brand?
it's a big thing I also take pride in. I let everybody get upside, bro. Down to my managers. They're getting rev shares on that campaign. I'm the last.
So you
to
cut a rev share objectively for the deal. Whether it's not going to you, Jimmy, but you are cutting a rev share. Like,
yeah,
how
so
does it
brands,
work?
So these brands will be like, when we've agreed we'll do this. All right, let's just say like minimum budgets are usually like 15 to 20K. They've always been higher, like semi-high like that, even from day one, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. I need enough budget for this. And like, bro, I basically asked too, like, you got to be totally okay with this burning.
Yeah.
Like this could go to legit. I have no control.
Yeah. So just give me 20K a month.
All you're getting out of this is content. That's the only guarantee I can give to you. A good doctor who respects his practice will always tell you there's risk. Always. This is organic content. They give me that, right? Doesn't even go to me. I'm just saying it's like kind of promised budget, whatever. And let's say it's a 15K budget. 12K will go directly to a team of 20 to 25 creators, mix of all people. That's a requirement I have. It has, we're going to put a ton of beginners on there, mid-tier, high tier, because it's genuinely what works the best, which is the cool part. Thank God. And then 3K will go to the manager for like a little retainer. And then almost every time, especially now, they will have 1 to 3% rev share on the stuff they do.
So is it total affiliate sales rev share? Mm-hmm. Okay, so like if they drive 100,000, you get 3,000 as the company.
Yeah, the manager.
The manager.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a higher rate, or that's all the rev share you're getting, and you don't have to share?
Yeah, no, it just depends,
varies,
dude.
yeah,
it just
varies.
really depends. Like, it depends on the product, like the margins. I'm so close with all of them. Like, it depends our relationship,
Gotcha.
all sorts of stuff.
So
there.
the manager's getting 3K plus a rev share, a very small.
Yeah,
like
and every
few
manager
percent.
does their own kind of thing too.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Great. So then you get a brand client. You assign a manager. That manager makes a Discord server. In the Discord server, they pull creators from Creators Corner.
People apply.
Then they look for whoever fits the requirements for this brand, which is pretty much just anybody. Beginners all look different. Whatever. Might be slightly skewed for different brands, but they're in the server. Once they're in the server, what's happening?
Greatness. Dude, these days, honestly, bro, like like almost never miss. I'm gonna be honest with you. Especially because like, dude, I work with like, brands that's like damn near impossible to miss. Like, they're already doing well. We're just amplifying it.
Yeah.
We had a lot of misses early on though, but dude, it don't matter. My creator's getting paid no matter what.
So, but how is the manager, like, what is going on in the Discord, like, physically?
You know,
like,
they're managing people's posts. You know, they have a spreadsheet of
like, are they
their accounts.
posting, or they're just making sure
they're posting?
Making sure they're posting.
Yeah, make sure they're getting retainers.
So the creator joins this server. I have to, like, if I don't learn something step by step and see it,
dude.
in my mind, I don't get it.
Uh-huh.
So they join a Discord server, and when they're in there, what are they seeing so they know what type of content to make? And then where are they posting this? Like, are they making a new account for this? Is it under their own account? Like, how does that work?
So you see everything up to this point, right? And now they're in this is kind of they've gone through the training. Now it's time to put you in the ring.
They've applied, they're in. Yeah.
And so every creator too is going to take on 2 to 3,
Okay.
2 to 4, somewhere in there, clients. Someone who knows their shit will always do that too. A noob would say, take as many as you want, retainer farm.
No.
Creativity is important.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to go viral is where you really make the money. One of my famous lines is, retainers pay the rent, commissions buy the steaks. You know, you're like, that's just there for fun. So they're in here, they're getting set up. So the manager will pick through that list of people who applied. They'll reach out to the creator on Discord, and be like, all right, we can give you this retainer based on your experience, your portfolio, all that kind of stuff, right? And do you want to join? They, you know, if they apply, they probably do. They join this Discord server. When they join the Discord server, imagine it's like a CC 2.0.
Okay.
You know, where it's almost like you now have to kind of redo a little mini onboarding to make sure everything goes correct. So, you know, they're going to get like a brief. On that brief, they're going to tell them, which is almost the same every time, of what to set up the accounts as. We're making all like affiliate accounts. And we're not trying to make Brett's and Jimmy's famous. We're trying to make products famous. So you can stay behind the scenes on a lot of this stuff, right? And that's important.
So the accounts are like top shelf.
Yeah, actually,
whatever.
Yeah, that's how they started largely. But now it's like more like just random shit. You know, it'll be like
a theme page,
health,
like
wellness,
okay, yeah,
stuff or whatever it is.
Health tips one.
Yeah. And sometimes people will actually mix products on the same account.
Gotcha.
You know, especially with TikTok Shop. But yeah, largely though, it's basically that. You know,
yeah.
Whether you're gonna make an account or use one, like let's set that up, figure it out, and then you're gonna report it to us. You know, and you're gonna go through these basic, every single time checklist, right, of that. And we're agreeing to 30 posts roughly over the next 30 days. I know people get sick, have whatever, but roughly that's what you're going to do, 1 post a day. And then after you finish that, you'll get your retainer. Before I used to pay them up front, but the crash outs were just OD.
Yeah.
You know, people just, that's always going to be something. It's hard to stay consistent. Everyone's like, oh, I'm going to do 1 post a day. Sounds like it's nothing until you do it, bro. And I get that, but we have to pay at the end. And so you finish them though, you're getting it. So it's great. And so they're going to get your info, all that kind of stuff. And then after you get that, and they're going to still like in this brief, right? You're not seeing anything else in this Discord till you see the brief. They might have a loom on like content that they think will do well based on other things because these managers were creators. They're going to give you styles of posts that like you should do. They're going to tell you claims and stuff that are okay and not okay, because one thing in this health space that is never something I encourage is like people talking super crazy blasphemous claims and stuff like that. You know, oh, this product, you know, whatever, changed my life, when it's like, bro, all it did was maybe lower your cortisol levels or whatever it is, right? And people still do that to this day. I just want to, you know, publicly say that's not something I ever encourage, because you don't have to do that to make money.
Yeah.
You can just talk about your personal experience, and that's basically the basis of everything.
You just gotta know the guidelines.
Yeah, right. So
gotcha.
They get that, right? And now you do that, you're into the ring. And so that's going to be, you know, access to a community chats where the manager's in there, everybody's in there sharing, okay, I'm going through this, whatever. Every manager has their own sauce too. You know, I let all my managers do their own fucking thing. You know, I'm a big believer in that. And, you know, they have posting channels where you share it, wins channels.
Like morale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they do like review calls, stuff like that. And they're the bridge to the brand owner, because they understand the creator. They understand me because, you know, they're directly taught by me. And then they can communicate to the brand owner because I've taught them and they've learned over time how to do it properly. And so they bridge that and make it a very seamless, easy thing for the creators. The creators are posting, the manager's watching, making sure they're finishing it, also relying on the creator to communicate heavily, you know, because they're also providing a little service to them and blah, blah, blah. And then that's it.
So it's like just a little community where you're talking to creators that have onboarded, teaching them and showing them content that's worked. They start posting. They can come on review calls with the manager. They have a little success channel. They can talk to the manager anytime. They can talk to each other. It's just like literally just like a dedicated community to like make everybody successful as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's like a CRM. Like it's a little like in agency communication center for this mini agency, which is the manager. I basically let all the managers have their own little mini agency, and I'm the supplier and overseer.
How do you decide? Are there any like sort of like competitions or like reward incentives? Like if you hit 500,000 views, you get a bonus. Is it like if you're the most viewed creator in this community this month, you get a Corvette? I'm just getting crazy here, but
yeah, all sorts of shit, dude. And this is why it depends on the brand of payments and setup all the time. You know, it's like it depends what they're doing for my creators, what my manager's doing for them, and stuff like that. All sorts of shit goes on, dude. The thing is with TikTok Shop, dude, and so are we caught up to speed on
I get it, yeah.
We get the like the kind of funnel of like a student experience,
yes.
right? And from there it's like now it's like what I think what you're kind of getting at is like what makes campaigns do well, and what's it look like when it does well, right? That kind of stuff maybe. Yeah. So on Shop, dude, when Shop came around, that shit changed so many lives. People aren't ready for that combo. And you know, shout out Sydney Garcia. This was like all this stuff the same way Creators Corner was a culmination of like all my skills coming together for this like community that is crushing. TikTok Shop was that, right? It was like, dude, imagine, I think we had, I want to say it was like 20, 30 people out of, I don't even know how many, that were at 10K months before Shop. When Shop came around, and I was like, oh shit, this solved a huge problem. Tracking. You know this stuff, dude. Tracking is impossible for shit like Amazon and websites. At the end of the day, people are gonna search that shit up on their own, and you don't have a fucking little GPS on them to figure that out, and shit goes through the cracks. And you just kind of had to eat that as a creator, and it was okay. But Shop comes around, everything's native. Okay, this is in like end of 2023, start of 2024. And I'm wary of stuff like that because of IG Shop. That shit's ass cheeks. You know, that shit's trash.
Yeah.
What if you bought off IG Shop?
Didn't even know that was a thing.
This is why I really stand on TikTok cares about their product because, dude, they're like, you know what? We can capitalize off, you know, basically the same thing as ads without having to charge brands these things. But they're like, I've always believed this too. People want ads. People want the ads they want to see though, you know? And it's kind of wrong to like just be able to like pay to be on someone's thing. Like, unless I feel like that's why most people hate ads.
Yeah. There's no feedback if your ad is good or not, other than like if you're going to pay to get that many views no matter what. Or for organic, it's like, if it's a good piece of content, it gets views.
Yeah,
if it's a product people want, it gets views.
TikTok knew people were doing that the same way Meta did. And instead of charging them, they're like, all right, do it through TikTok Shop and we'll make an amazing platform. Dude, I knew it was going to be fucking life-changing. I'm always wary of new features. I knew it was going to be life-changing when I went to go buy something on it. I go to buy something on it. It comes up. I click the little orange thing right there. And I go buy some bullshit, whatever. I put in my address, and I one-click Apple Pay. Shit's on the way. It's giving me tracking all this. There's all these like disclaimers on, you know, we protect the consumer.
Really? I was going to ask you, do you market Creators Corner? Like, are you running ads to the VSL for anything?
If you tried to funnel hack me, bro, you would think I'm making 10K a month.
I was shocked. That's why I saw you a year ago. I'm like, okay, it seems like a simple VSL to like a UGC course. And then I talked to Rob, and I'm like, holy shit, this goes way deeper. Like, I literally never had investigated. It's a genius.
Millions.
And it's all just word of mouth at this point, you're saying?
Pretty much, bro.
Like, you're not running any paid or...
Ask any successful student in my program. Because at the end of the day, bro, this is one thing you'll never be able to get away from in coaching and stuff like that. That I hate to say, but is the truth, and I will say it. Like, no matter how many times you follow up with them, do whatever, people are just going to buy it and not use it. You know?
For sure. More than half.
And they're not even going to be mad about it, too. They know they did it.
They know.
You know? And that's just the case, right? And maybe they're coming to get to it later, which is something like that always makes me happy to see, which happens all the time. If you're out there and you're in CC and you're in that position, just get started, bro. Oh my God, it's never too late. You're gonna be okay. We're not gonna kick you out. Come back. You know.
But how are they finding it? How are they finding it?
People refer them, bro. Any successful student has probably referred I've seen 20 before.
You have a YouTube channel, so you do a little bit of YouTube, yeah?
Yeah.
Or
Doesn't
YouTube
go
organic,
crazy.
Twitter organic. No, but you're not doing any paid ads or anything?
Fuck no.
Why? Why are you so adamant against that? Do you have TikTok content, I assume? Like organic TikTok?
A little bit.
Yeah, but not like hundreds of thousands.
Personal brand shit is different though. It's a very different style of content, you know, and whatever. And I just hate that I can't like it's hard to be authentic there, dude. I'm like careful about how much I make and stuff too and talking about it because it can just be all this stuff can be taken so wrong. You know, I love podcasts and stuff, dude, like this. And why I'm so appreciative to have this platform here is like I can show that I'm genuine. And the second you join my shit and talk to me, I'm the exact same fucking way. I didn't change a second from walking in this door to when I leave, to the driver, to my students, you know, any of that. And so like, you know, it's a little distasteful, I think, and like disconnects from people, doesn't bring the right people in. If I'm out there like, hey, I'm this 23-year-old millionaire.
That
liquid
flew,
you know,
flew here on a PJ.
You want when you're ready to talk kindness stories and we all do that, we can do that. Crazy shit like that, you know? And that does all this stuff. You know, I look like I'd be a trust fund kid. I look like I'm young and like it's just almost impossible for this to be what it is. And I don't expect people to look into that. And it just brings not good shit. So that's why I'm like, dude, I'm just going to build a great product. If I make 20, 30K a month from it, or I make hundreds of thousands like I've made, then that's great. And thankfully, shout out to God. You know, when you Proverbs 11:25, he who refreshes will be refreshed. And that has just come so abundantly true in my life.
Elaborate. What does that mean? He who refreshes will be refreshed.
You reap what you sow.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm so glad that I could show, like, you said you got a relationship with God this year. Man, you know, regardless of what people believe in, you know, like whether it's Allah or they're Jewish or anything, bro. Like I'm not even like religious, I'd say.
Same.
You
It's
know?
the concept of what people refer to as God. I feel like I understand.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to ever feel like not accepted or anything like that, you know. But call it the universe even.
Yeah, facts.
It's really yourself though, you know. Giving with no expectation of anything back just will bring you like abundantly when you in the times you especially the times you feel like you can't or don't want to, will bring so much good into your life, bro. That's why I'm so glad I got to give you that moment of that just little fucking journal that means nothing to you. It's a deeper meaning, dude.
I'll use it every day and I'll think of you. Yeah.
You know, and that's like and a very key thing too is like good gifts, right? I could give you some shit you don't want, bro. I could give you chrome heart jeans. You
Give me
have
a
no
watch.
idea what they
Yeah.
are. Never wear them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very like tasteful stuff I've learned to do with that. It has brought me, and so that exactly why I don't have to market all this stuff is because these people who come into my program, I have, bro, you wouldn't believe how many good people I have in my community, bro. I pinch myself every single day. I have. Even Rob's like, dude, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. All my clients are like, you know, very successful entrepreneurs. I've never seen anything like this. I have hundreds of people who I genuinely love, appreciate, respect, trust, all this kind of stuff, and do so good or share the exact same principles.
It's cool, man. That's very cool. It's refreshing. I don't have coaching and course sellers on here because it's like, so people hate it. Like people do not.
And I do too, bro. I just want to make that clear. I do too. It's like,
Yeah.
Dude, I can't imagine.
Yours is a bigger machine.
Yeah.
It's more than just coaching. It's a bigger machine.
Exactly, bro. I can't imagine my mom asks me what I do, and I tell her like, oh, I do this thing, and she's like, oh, what do people think of it? And I have to maybe like probably not say it like most don't. That I get, bro, like that DM makes me like damn near want to cry that you got, right? Like that. I didn't ask anyone to fucking do that. Shout out Xanth, bro. Like that's exactly what I talk about. You know, being creative with that kind of stuff. Cause like who knows that he didn't know it was gonna come up on here. And I tell my mom, no, like I changed lives, dude. And like, bro, people will figure out how to like, you know, send me a note that I can bring to my mom to tell them that. And like my mom's so proud of me and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna let the tear ducts come up, you know, like right now. But it's like, that's amazing. I could die right now pretty fucking happy. You know?
That's cool, bro. Do you ever find creators through TikTok itself? like the back end of TikTok Shop. I've never bought. I don't have the app, so I've never used TikTok Shop from a buyer end or on the seller end on the back end. Like,
Yeah.
has the back end of TikTok Shop anything that you even interact with for your company, like with the creators? Or
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, like honestly, whether you do it in Creators Corner or not, bro, being a TikTok Shop affiliate is fucking life changing, and just this creator short form stuff. It's a skill you have for life, which is why I'm not afraid of bans too.
Yeah, are the creators just do they get the product sent to them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if they join, like, you guys just send them one, basically?
Yeah, so dude, it's like no money you don't need to go fucking build a store.
Yeah.
Spend on ads.
You just send them a product and they just have to come up with a new creative way. It could be like them talking in bed. It could be like them trying it. They
Or
could be
amplifying
like,
a
or
prior.
just like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, there's still a ton of faceless stuff we do.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
What are the type of formats that these, like, do you have like titles for them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All sorts of shit. Like there's always new ones coming about.
Break them down for me, bro. I'm so
Um,
curious.
So like those I'd categorize as like content methods, right?
Methods.
Like methods come and go, and get patched and all that, which is why like the course will rarely be methods. It's mostly fundamentals and stuff like that, and like how to look for methods and stuff, because then you're in a constant war of having to patch and update stuff. That's that teaching mind, you know. Shout out my mom for giving me. So like the foundation was that thing I was talking about earlier of like, you know, viral content is someone in emotion sparking, stuff like that. Shit, that would be a foundation or a fundamental. The methods would be shit like we have ones like talking head videos, story, you know, it'd be like, you know, there might be, I'm blanking right now. Hold on. Like, there's slideshows, there's transformations before and after stories, there's like trend style videos where you're not even speaking, there's an audio, there's you know, these videos where you just show the product and speak over it, you don't show your face, there's laptop method, you know, like stuff where you're showing a green, there's green screen,
stitching,
you know, where there's like kind of conspiracy theory style green screens. There's all sorts of shit.
Where you can get creative.
And I'm telling, bro, I'm not gonna lie. It is fun to have all these amazing people, but it's even more fun to be like genuinely the best in probably the fucking world at what we do.
What do you spend your most time doing?
Making sure all I care, my whole entire life is Creators Corner, because I built this
So you're just like
ecosystem.
replying in the Discord chats all the day, or like on coaching calls, or what? Like, what do you mean?
Depends, bro. It's like I'm here to put people in positions to succeed the best, whether it's my partners, myself, students, managers, clients, anything, and solve the highest level, you know, problems and solutions that I can do.
How many people join Creators Corner?
We only have 1,500.
1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Still a lot.
Yeah, it's not anything crazy. You know, like it's not super nuts.
I'm curious, like, why do you try to, like, is there a time where you ever like try to scale that to 10K, like in a year? Like, is that like something you'd want to do, or is there like a reason you don't go bigger?
No, so like I'll do as many as I can while still having as good of a service or better. And so there's times, bro.
So it's like get slow and steady, teach them. Okay.
Bro, I'll close the calendar and like not take on new students. Find me another course seller coaching program who does the numbers I do and does that on top. We'll probably never see that.
Can you share how much you've generated for the businesses that you represent as a whole? Like,
bro, tracked like GMV, which is like basically sales on TikTok Shop and Amazon and all these things, was over 100 million last year tracked.
In 1 year?
Bro, you want some unicorn numbers?
Yeah, bro. What the hell?
I don't know how many clients I worked with exactly. I bet it's probably somewhere around 100. But current is like probably about 50, okay, that we work with. And then we have the top like 15 are the biggest, right? Like, and do like a large amount of everything.
Yeah.
But we had 22 clients do 7 figures in direct, and when I say the 100 million, I mean direct, bro. I can't even imagine the fucking spillover, you know, and all that stuff.
Yeah. For everyone who did convert through the shop,
and I'm still talking revenue.
Yeah.
You know, who knows what the profit is, but and that's all brand side. We ain't worried about that. 22 of our clients did 7 figures directly from us in 2024. 16 of them did it in a month. You know,
wow,
directly from our people, bro.
Over $1 million in 1 month.
And I forgot how many, and I want to say like 6 did it in the first month.
Oh my God.
Dude, we had one that did it in I'm talking from zero, Brett. They weren't even on Shop really yet. We had one, and this one I knew. I was like, oh, we are. It's like kind of a like 5-6 months ago. I was like, oh, we're fucking goated. Hold on, we're fucking goated. From 0 in 15 days to 1.1 million. In like 10-day sprint. You know, damn, 15 days from 0, like 10 days of really like traction, 0 to 1 million.
Have you ever paid these people on like a pay-per-view basis?
Yeah, so that's like, if you aren't doing on Shop, there's usually a lot more creative stuff to try and like do our best to help with tracking. So like there's a bunch of people that have like, it basically works out to you end up building like Instagram theme pages that are largely faceless and slideshows on TikTok and stuff like that, where you're pushing to like Amazon associate links and stuff like that.
What, so you pay per view for that?
So yeah, the tracking's just harder, bro. Like I said, you're not getting TikTok Shop's all native, bro. You almost never leave the platform. There is spillover, but not nearly the same.
Why would you not be on TikTok Shop? Is it like just country based?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a ton of international kids. Dude, I have some demons out there.
So then you'll just pay them like 10 cents per view or 50 cents per view.
Yeah, it depends on the brand.
Or 1,000 views.
I let the brands, the managers figure out what's there, and like everybody's super fair to the best we can do, and we're doing stuff to help that. But it can be views bonuses. It could also be it gets really nitty gritty, bro. It's like US based views.
But the manager just handles that in a Discord server.
And it's kind of, but yeah, those kids can make crazy money, you know, based on views and sales and how good the content was objectively.
That's so fascinating.
Clicks is another thing, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, just every single engagement metric, basically.
We had one, bro, that we started in August, and it was like our biggest, you know, success story for a while. Like there's someone cracking it, beating it now, but dude, just from August to the end of 2024, we did 9.2 million tracked for them. And the next highest group agency, anything they worked with, they were like number 1 on Shop for a while. They had 250,000 affiliates or some shit. The first month we did it, they launched this big giveaway campaign. People will know who I'm talking about. I don't know if they'd want to be named or not. They're great clients. They launched this big giveaway campaign where they're giving away cars and shit. Do you remember this?
Mm-mm.
They're like, if you hit these numbers, we're going to give you fucking cars and shit. They were brand new to TikTok.
That's how a lot of affiliates, like programs work, like OG affiliate stuff, like prizes for top 10. That's why I was asking. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense.
They brought that principle over. Goated, bro. Changed the fucking game. Everybody had to follow. Yeah, so they had like 100,000 affiliates. Everyone got the same product, the same giveaway, everything. All the groups got it, similar ones to me. And
they gave out 100,000 free products?
No, I bet, I know for us, because it was like timing was so tight, I bet you almost all of it was people getting it on their own.
Like they just bought it just to do it.
Yeah, because it's in stores and stuff. It's a big brand. It's a big brand.
Yeah.
Dude, we were, that first month, we were like number 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 10 out of 100,000.
Oh, your creators were damn, bro.
Dominated this shit. And that was like one of the biggest wins of my entire thing throughout this. You know, God has been just so.
You did? What do you mean? You like were making content?
No. I'm saying like this has just been the biggest win of my career and my for my community and everything like that, and for creators. The number 1, total beginner, made 150,000 that month.
Really?
Between the giveaway incentives and commissions, I mean, he did 250K in GMV alone.
What separates? Like, what are you guys doing so good? Like, what did they do so well? Like, what made them so good? I
mean, dude, there's all the pieces I just explained, bro. Like, nobody else has all those together, and like that's what it. Think about all those little pieces makes this like very holistic greatness. So every time we always have got a shot at greatness anywhere we go, you know. And then, dude, a big piece, honestly, I give so much credit, and I am absolutely not afraid to ever praise the shit out of all my amazing, you know, creators, coaches, my team, bro. The 4-minute mile effect has been unbelievably real. We get 100K student, you know, a week later we have 2 more. And
so they're sharing it with each other.
So much collaboration. Dude, yeah. Because you don't take away from each other.
Yeah, no.
I hated that about dropshipping.
No one, you always, like, I run a brand. You're like, what brand? Like, don't tell you. It's in the health space.
Yeah. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. You know, I get why they do it, but like,
all their friends will steal their ads.
You know, I hate that shit. And obviously, bro, like, there's aspects of that. I really haven't held anything back here. There's aspects of that I really don't like about other people in this space that do that to us. I try to never engage. I have before, and I regretted it, and I feel terrible about doing it because it was just distasteful. I didn't go anything crazy, but, I just don't stand by any of that product. I know that what they do, and it's just you not only do the whole thing of coaching and stuff like that and take somebody's money and give them a bad experience like a lot of times, or even worse, and doubling down on that on top of that is you might tell them that you might make them think that this affiliate stuff that is genuinely, as long as you understand what it is and you think you'll be interested in it, it's so life-changing, you'll tell them it's not, and they might miss out on something that could have changed their life, their family's life, their friend's life, all that kind of stuff. Fuck that. And so that's my goal this year, dude. That is my goal, and I am so glad to speak on it. If one person sees it, I'm going to start posting more on socials and stuff and doing all this. Nothing crazy, but all I want, my whole basis of everything, bro, is I really want to bring the good guys back is kind of my line with this.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, I think there's been this kind of it's rewarding and not enough maybe punishment for bad guys doing stuff like that. I think karma always works itself out, but I'm just going to lead by example and be the good guy, and do my absolute fucking best. These transitions have been smooth through all this. It's a great one for this next piece, which has just been so phenomenal, is the acts of kindness in my group. One of the channels in Creators Corner is called Acts of Kindness. And I started this randomly, bro. A lot of my best things have come from, and I'm sure you feel the same way, random experiences, bro.
Mm-hmm. Not random, but.
Right. Coincidences,
Yeah.
right? And this is one of them. I love doing shit like when you have a $20 breakfast bill, you tip $80, $100 on it, right? No one does that shit, I wish they would. I hate rich people, bro, who are stingy,
There's something wrong with you.
No, there actually is.
If you're a cheap rich person,
yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, it's money trauma.
Yeah, I wonder if you're literally you're scared you can never make it again. You just have full on baked into you scarcity. Yeah.
Well, what are thoughts, right? They're just habits.
Yeah.
They're just literally habitual things.
Yeah, and then you can rationalize it that it's smart.
Right, and that this is what got me here.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You make $500 million a year, bro.
And you're probably calling your phone bill. How is it $62 now?
Yeah,
it was 60. Whatever it is. I don't know.
We're aligned. We're aligned.
Not actually Dave Ramsey. I'm just saying that type, the extremes. I hate that shit, dude. And I was like that. Believe it or not, bro. A lot of my kids will never believe this shit. I was at a point, where I was so stressed. That feeling when you make a bad purchase and your heart sinks,
Mm-hmm.
or you think it's a bad purchase. It's fuck, bro, that $25, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And then you level up a year later and you're like, why the fuck I care about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do that preemptively for the rest of my life now. Whatever. It'll figure itself out, and it always does. That's abundance right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scarcity versus abundance. I randomly post about some of these tips, whatever. I'm like, oh, fuck it. If you guys want to do some of this too, let's not crowd up the squad chat. Let's make this Acts of Kindness channel. And it has just brought some of the most amazing stories, bro. And it's so cool because one thing I was really against too is, I knew we were going to get fucking results, right? I knew I was going to get a bunch of these people rich. I'm really against and I wear material, these jeans and everything, it doesn't buy you any fucking happiness whatsoever, bro. You should just do what you enjoy. You like cars, right? What do you splurge on?
Food?
Food? Okay.
I go out. I will go out.
That's a good one.
I like to dance.
Okay, that's what's up, baby.
I don't just go to a
All right, I
table
didn't
and
know
just
that.
nod my head and look cool. Me and my girlfriend are we're comfortable, we're dancing. Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that.
It's fun.
I would have never guessed that about you.
Hell yeah.
You really you're talking fist pump type shit, or are you salsa dancing and shit?
Not salsa, not formal.
Okay.
Okay. We like rap, we like EDM,
okay.
we just move, we dance.
Concerts and clubs and
yes,
stuff?
exactly.
Fuck yeah.
Have fun.
Dude, you should own that more. No one knows that about you. Or do you like to keep that low key?
Same as you. If I show a story of me popping bottles, I'm just going to be called another YouTube course seller. It's more of a perception thing. I like to keep my channel solely, I'm here to teach you a point, and I don't want to distract you from anything else. But I should share it more, sure.
Dude, I feel like this is something good though, if you don't mind me asking. Why do you like that? Because people would say, inherently it's surface level of club, spend more money, they'll like you more, this kind of stuff that people will see. And it's oh, you just want the sign to feel cool, empowered. right? And it's not that. I know it's not that for you. And I think I know the answer, but I want to hear it.
It's fun. Me and my girlfriend like doing it together. It's a good way to get out of your shell. Like I'm so serious and like in charge all the time, and it's just a good way to just like let go and not think. It was learned. It was very hard for me to learn this. Like it took me till I was 25 to really let myself do that. But yeah,
It's
be
awesome,
present.
bro.
Exactly.
Because that's like if you can just hold that too, you have an aura, right? You know, like it's like people be like, why are your jeans $15,000? Be like, I love the story of this. Like you don't know, like you know, it's this and that's what I'm into. I love fashion.
Those are $15,000.
They're $15,000 jeans. They are.
What?
They are. Yep. Chrome hearts.
Holy shit, dude.
But bro, like
I would have never known that.
bro, but I could have I'm not a watch guy though. You know, I have a couple nice watches.
Yeah.
And I could have a $200,000 watch on. You never know.
But I always think the people that get into watches is so bizarre. Like the theory is that like you wear a watch, so another guy across the room like knows what watch you're wearing. I've always found that quite a little sus.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. And I, you know what my problem is though, is just like I have friends that have 20 watches, bro, and they only wear 2. I just don't like that. I don't like buying things that you like will never ever use and they collect dust. That's like kind of useless consumerism. You can't be perfect, but try to be your best. I think is kind of important there. I wear all my fucking clothes. I'm wearing this and someone who knows it, bro, will have a good conversation and be into the same thing.
For sure. It's a good way to like find liked interest.
Right. Material will never buy happiness. Those kind of things will never buy happiness ever, bro. And people will think because I have $15,000 jeans that I think that and like that I'm insecure and all this kind of stuff. It's like you can think what you want, bro. I like this stuff. And what material does, bro, is it materializes, I've learned, you know, as someone who grew up with nothing, bro, like in the way my life was, I had bullshit everywhere, drove a piece of shit car, now I have a Lambo, stuff like that, is you can use material to become who you are. You can express what you are, bro. You can express what you like to do. And like, dude, you're like low key with your clothes and stuff like that. You made that comment earlier about fashion. That's who you are, bro. And if you're not, you should, you know this already, but I'll say this, like, you should do whatever you can to get rid of that and be more of who you are.
Yeah, as long as it came from within, like as long as you like looked at something, you're like, I like that, and you can't point to like an external reason, just like something about it I enjoy.
Yes.
Spend as much as you want on it.
Yes.
But if it's like I need to get a Rolex because that's what this person on the internet said, or like be very cautious of if your desire for that became
is
you're
validation.
mimicking,
Is
came
validation.
from the outside. Always trust within.
There's gonna be an external piece of it. Like there's some of the reason I'm so willing to express myself is also because it does get me in rooms with people and I play the part of who I am, right? Which, you know, understands that. Like I love to do what I do. And I have people to inspire, bro, you know, and I have to document at least some of that. And a lot of times I'm just documenting within CC. And so this is the point I was trying to make with the acts of kindness. That's going to be such a key part. And honestly, like if this didn't get brought up, it didn't get brought up. But like, I'm glad we can talk about it is like, the acts of kindness has been so unbelievable to not causing dipshit motherfuckers to come out of my program, dude. I've seen so many people who make $10,000. They go immediately to their story, flex on all their hometown friends, buy a bust down, you know, and like flex on them. And
I had
like,
a good victory lap.
Yeah, right. It's
I'm
like,
guilty.
You know, it happens, and you know, or in their you making all this money and you still have a bad relationship with your mother or someone who's very important to you in your life or whatever it was. Fuck that. That ruins everything we just did to get to this point, bro. And it like accidentally came about from this acts of kindness, and the biggest flex that comes, brothers, it's like a secret rite to passage of your first big success. You go through this acts of kindness channel and you do something ridiculous in it. You know, I've seen kids, you know, like give $5,000 to a server, you know, and like random people, and like start a toy drive and raise all this money and save their mom's house and pay off her this and that. It's fucking unbelievable.
I paid for one of my community's chef school. Like he wanted to go to chef school, 15 G's. Did that.
Wow. Let's go.
There's a ton of these random ones. I just give my money away to people or spend it like loosely.
And
I don't really like think about money. I never think about money.
And you look, and it's very key is that you don't expect anything back, right?
No, I don't like it.
Yeah. It's very important, bro. And have you not just looked and been like, damn, I really like never have to worry about money. And like, I just am not overly attached to money, and therefore I always get it.
Yeah, I'm just waking up doing what I would do every day. Like, this is just like straight up fun. I get to talk to cool people, work on cool things. It's fun, bro. It's not about the money at all, ever.
Yeah.
Except it's there.
I'm glad you said that because I felt that and you kind of confused me on that, dude.
Why?
Dude, like, it's like, you didn't charge me to be on this podcast unless I missed an invoice.
Do people charge to be on podcasts?
Yes, bro.
Yes, bro. What is the point of that?
Absolutely. Like, I mean, I've never paid for one. This is the biggest podcast I've ever been on.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been on a few small ones. Shout out Frank. You know Frank,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't pay to be on his, of course, Shit. Maybe Frank getting his money with other people. I don't know. That's my dog, though. But, dude, there's ones I know because they'll be like, I don't even know you. We have no mutuals. You're DMing me. Like, you want to come on the pod? And then they send you this thing, and it's like $5,000-$10,000 to get on it and do this and that.
I mean, that inherently doesn't work. Like, you have to, like, have a very clear, like, the audience has to get something out of the podcast.
Exactly.
And, like, learn. And so it doesn't matter, like, I've seen a clear, the older my guest is, the less, like, the podcasts don't do as well because it's less relevant information. And so it's like, I need it to be exactly relevant information from someone who's doing it right now and they're willing to actually come on and be an open book. And that, like, just give, like, it's like a free course to the audience. Like, that's, like, the only reason I would do it. And you're rewarded with the eyeballs.
You're so passionate about that, dude. And you like Naval?
Ravikant? Yeah. Oh my God. Changed my life.
Bro,
insane. Yeah.
Flailing was like the best thing that ever happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
He's phenomenal. One of the smartest people out there. Him and Joe Rogan's pod. Have you watched it?
That's how I got it. I'm one of the mainstream bros that got red pilled by Naval in that episode. And
I can't believe we're just meeting, bro. Like, genuinely.
Yeah, bro. I've seen you from afar for a while, but there's a good timing. There's spiritual timing right now. Because I want to have a conversation with you after this as well.
Let's fucking do it.
That
man.
happened right after I invited you. I was like, there's actually another reason he should be here. That's cool.
Wow. I can't wait, bro. I can't fucking
I don't want to hype it up, but it'll be.
I wore this shirt kind of I swear to God, I did not bring this to wear on this pod. And I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm wearing it. God answers prayers right here.
Hell yeah, bro.
And it's funny. It's a gallery department shirt too, which is like kind of hilarious through it all. It's probably stems a lot from that, I'm assuming like the alignment there.
Definitely. Do you have a greater goal? Like, is there something that you're like trying to achieve outside of killing it for your creators right now? Like, is there like something you work towards?
Dude, it's my mom.
Really?
It's my mom. She's my like forever, ever reason why.
But like, there's no like business move. I mean, that's a great answer. I'm not saying I don't accept the answer. Fantastic answer.
Right.
That's a great why.
Mm-hmm.
But like, is there like are you working towards like some people want to buy a sports team. Some people want to like, you're just straight up doing what you should be doing right now.
Dude, total opposite, bro. I actually want to get 100 million and never work again and be that guy who also voices that like, it's about abundance, not greed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's like billionaires. I'm like, it's one thing if you accidentally become a billionaire, like, like low-key, like Mark Cuban, I think seems to be like a cool billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them, I'm like, bro, like you are worth $100 billion or whatever it is, $10 billion. And you're still like, I can tell they don't love and enjoy what they're doing and like sacrifice for it, and are doing it out of greed and, hurting people is like,
yeah, extracting.
That's like some shit. That's like my like big lifetime goal is to like make 100 million or whatever it is. It could be 50. I don't know what it'll be. Somewhere in there to get pretty much everything I want out of life, fat house, whatever. And, do it by somewhere between 30 to 35 and be a dad. I want to be a dad,
Nice,
bro.
Same.
I want to be a dad. And I'm not going to force it. Like, it's awesome you have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. And I refuse to settle. Like, there's so many amazing girls out there and whatever. And, like, I've just seen too many people get caught in that. There's so much insecurity that can get released from it. I'm like...
What do you mean settle? Like, you haven't found a good person, you mean?
No. Settle as in, like, basically, like, lie to yourself and say, like, dude, I'm totally cool being I would love, my number one goal in life is to be a dad, bro. Like, genuinely, I would love to have a family and make so much money that I can just be present, and be an amazing husband, but it's just, we're talking about, like, people being very aligned here and going through shit and all sorts of stuff. And I am totally content being the fun uncle, and having no kids and whatever, because I'd rather be single than settle.
Bro, just journal about it.
Yeah, but dude, you can't.
And bring it to life.
But what's so cool, bro, and this is some God shit, bro, is that you can't journal about controlling other people, bro. And, you'll get caught in yourself. You want to know the time I learned this lesson? Going through a really bad situation with basically, like, relationships, whatever. is when I was journaling, like, I want a wife and I want a girlfriend. Like, it's a very common thing young men get caught in, bro. When they make money, they're like, oh, I made all this money. Like, all I need left basically is to make more money and then get a girl.
Oh, well, that's a horrible way to think.
Exactly, bro. Because
Money has nothing to do with girls.
Because well, you get it though. It's the right intentions. They're saying the same things as us. You want to be a dad. You want to have like a partner in crime. You want to support a woman.
Yeah,
like whatever
the
it
best.
is, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend just makes me so much better. Does all the stuff I don't want to do. She's so good at it. She's awesome.
And I hope she sees this and you tell her that all the time.
I'll tell her that for the 3rd time today, right when I get home.
So important, bro. And so the reason I say my mom, dude, is it's actually
that makes sense.
A deeper meaning. Is I basically just say my mom is like she showed me what unconditional love is. She showed me what like being like, she's such an angel. My mom's the nicest lady ever. She stays very low key. She has like 2 friends, whatever. She's not like out there. Held it the fuck down from my brother and I on a teacher's salary. My parents went through a divorce, stuff like that. And she held it the fuck down. She's my hero. And I didn't appreciate her for way longer, like 18 years of my life, bro. I went through really bad teenage angst and was like kind of a dick to her. Not like crazy, but like,
yeah.
Dude,
it's the young male ego, bro.
It's the angst you go through.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the hormones and shit like
Insecure,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and like you love
them.
them.
You don't know who you are, yeah.
If someone were to ask you to say you love them, you probably do. Most guys have dealt with this. But like you don't thank them for everything. You don't realize how much they did for you. And some people's parents aren't that great, you know, and I get that. My mom is basically a meaning for I wanna do it for good people and I wanna bring more good people in. It's the same way like a big thing for me that I'm hot on right now with acts of kindness is I try to do it for someone that I can tell is somebody's mom or grandma or something like that. Cause I think about like, it started this one day I paid for this lady's groceries who at Publix who her card was declining and she like didn't really speak English. And I was like, oh, like, please, like, I got you, like, say less. And all these people saw it and they're like, that's somebody's mom. And you did that for them. And I was like, damn, that's deep, you know, like you gotta be careful with these stories, bro, because they'll make your tear ducts start going. I'm not afraid to cry, but it takes away from the story. And you know, it's so special, bro. You know, it's so special. I'm like, damn, I wanted like, whenever I get those and I had a prayer to God, bro, a really great, we're almost done here too. I'm sorry. Like if I'm holding this too long.
I don't give a fuck.
You know, okay. Fuck yeah.
I'm super direct. I'll end it super quickly if I felt that way.
That's why you have a great pod, bro. And people watch your shit. I hope people comment about how great of a host you are too. You've let me speak so much on this shit, dude. Seriously, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
I know it feels like I'm glazing you and like whatever. I hate that word because you should give flowers where they're deserved, bro. Like seriously.
I appreciate it, bro. It's
We're
my
gonna talk
art.
about this a lot off camera too. I don't want to
Cool,
hear that
man.
shit.
I'm excited.
But this is such an important message that like I got inspired by and I want to throw out there is like the doing it for somebody's mom, bro. It's like that kind of stuff where you're creative with stuff and give, you know, need to, or give help to things that are really needed. Like, and you don't give bullshit gifts. Like I could have given you a Cartier thing because it was expensive, whatever, and you would have fucking dust collected forever. You know, that shit was like $100 or whatever, you know, like, but you'll probably use it hopefully or whatever it is. And the same way, like I want to give a gift to someone who needs it. And I'll literally pray to God, bro, literally pray to God in dark times and good times. Please give me opportunities to show you how much I appreciate what you've done for me. And that when you bless me, I will treat that with the utmost respect every fucking level of the way. And I had a crazy one this week, dude. Crazy one where, you know, this TikTok ban shit was insane, dude. That shit was insane. I felt like down 3-1 LeBron, bruh. You know, like it was like in the face of everyone telling me like, you know, all this shit, competitors going different places, all this shit.
Yeah,
I'd hold through it.
People were looking at you.
And we made it out. You know, and it's like we on the pod the day after. Fuck, this shit is an epic story, bro. That I'm always cherish. And I literally was like, and I found it on the way to the airport, bruh, that it was like back up. And that's my email right there. But I'm like, God, please give me an opportunity, make it so fucking clear what I need to do to show you how much this means to me. Cause I'm about to go on a generational run from this shit. You know, I'm about to make a fucking bag this year. I'm well aware of that, you know? And I'm like, show me something, bro. I'm at this airport. The weather here has been insane. All
Brutal.
flights were canceled on Sunday.
I just landed too.
Yeah, okay, really?
Yeah.
From where?
Mexico.
Yeah, dude, they were canceling everything on Sunday. Were you supposed to fly on Sunday?
I flew in, Sunday, like morning.
Okay. Yeah, dude.
It was right. It started just snowing right when we
The
got here.
afternoon got fucked.
Yeah.
And so I was a 2:30 flight. I'm JSX, whatever. It's cheat code from Miami to here, by the way, if you ever need to do it. Cheat code.
Yeah. We do have it in Scottsdale.
Cheat code, yes,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Scottsdale to Vegas all the time.
I'm there. The second I pull up, bro, like I'm getting a text saying like your shit's delayed. Everyone, they announced it the second I walk in there, and I'm like, damn. Okay, we'll see what this goes. They didn't say it was that long, but it was clear that it wasn't looking good. You know, they're like, weather's getting worse, delayed to later, but the weather was going to be worse later. And as I'm doing this, bro, this just so kind, so beautiful, so special. This lady Jane goes like, just starts talking to me. You know, everyone loves those older people that just talk, bro. Talk to everybody. You know, they talk to the janitor. It's just like, oh my god. She's like, yeah, I don't know. It looks like, it's probably not going to be too good. You know, I'm going to go grab some food. Like, do you want me to grab you anything? That moment.
Just a random old lady.
Offered to buy me lunch or whatever. That's like somebody's mom. That's somebody's mom. That's somebody's grandma, whatever it is. And she had this little dog with her that was adorable, whatever. And I was like, all right, I hope, God, you can give me something here? Let's see what I can do here. Her husband's walking around like even older, you know, kind of whatever. She's like, I married a pacer. Like, she's like, he loves to pace around and try and figure out the problems, but he's great at it. And he comes back. He's like, we're not flying. There's no way. And they're talking about they're going to stay in Fort Lauderdale for 2 days. I'm like, fuck this. I need to figure this out. Shot a Hail Mary with this jet guy. All this stuff. This is all on socials, but it would never go viral. But I call the jet guy. He closes his jet. He's like, yeah, they'll fly into Teterboro, not White Plains where it's getting fucked, and JFK and all that. And I think we can do this, bro. It's like 30 bands. 30 bands.
That's so crazy, bro.
You know, I didn't need to do that. I could have flown out Monday for this, you know, whatever. But God answers prayers. Wow, that was crazy. Mic drop. But dude, I end up going on this flight with this, you know, I call them my adopted grandparents now. They live a block away from me in Miami, have a place here too. They were well off too. They didn't need this. And I insisted, you are not paying $1. Absolutely. And at first she was like, no, we don't want to come on. Like, it's okay. I was like, don't block my blessing. Don't block my blessing here. I'm going to go regardless, and it would be more fun if you came. I bring the dog and this 80-year-old couple. It was like we knew each other forever. The pilot was like, what? You don't know each other? And what, the kid's paying? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And it was like one of the best days of my entire life, bro.
Did you talk to them the whole time?
Oh, bro, we've been emailing back and forth. Those are my adopted grandparents. I'm going to see them again in Miami in February.
What did they do?
Dude, he was some retired, like, he was a dog, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was a dog. He had been on PJs before.
Okay.
You know, so it's not like, I'm not going to act like I, like, did something like that.
Yeah.
No, but, dude, he was like, and he'd seen a lot of stuff, like, important people. He had crazy stories, bro. Man of few words. Alan was a man of few words, but they were wise every time they came. They were very quiet words, too. And you kind of, you go like this, and you kind of, yes. And they were always very cool. But he said something like that's never happened, of course. And
so you're at an airport, flight got canceled. This random lady offered to buy you lunch. Flight gets canceled. You're like, let's just book a PJ and said, you guys can come with me.
Yeah.
Just random people.
And I buy you lunch. Like, you are somebody's grandmom.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this for them. You know, I'm reminding them, like, bro, it's reminding them of good of the world. You know, they're well off. They're, for all I know, loaded. But it doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor you are, anything. Everybody values good in the world. And so that's the end of this all, really, of my journey this year, of see what I can do. I want to bring the good guys back. I want to bring the good people in this world. I want to elevate them as high as I possibly can. And, you know, whether I elevate from that, which I obviously will, or not, I don't care.
It's beautiful, bro. I want to go back to, this is the last thing we can talk about, unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
No, that was a fun thing.
I want to go back to the journaling thing and the belief, because that guy that messaged me, that's what out of all the things he could have said, he was very emphasizing on the abundance mindset, spiritual, mental side. That's what stuck with him, for him to say that's what helped him with the most.
Yeah.
And you mentioned journaling. I feel like I didn't get a clear enough understanding of, like, how do you delete these beliefs and your journaling process. Like you said, it was present tense. This is like the only reason I'm asking, because this is actually something I've been very adamant on as well. So I want to go a little more clear for anyone who's like watching this, like actually be able to like just do this. So this is the lead magnet of your course right here.
Such a good fucking question, Brett. So I've done every type of journaling too, and like whatever, and I've changed it around, like, but this is objectively like the best, and you can make little variations off this. I just want to make that clear. Do what works best for you, but basically, you can't really argue against that. This is the most effective way to do it, and I have fucking data on that too. You know, is basically saying these things like you already have them. Okay, so I'm so grateful that this is one that I journaled for a long time. I'm so grateful that I'm a multi-millionaire, or I'm so grateful that I'm a millionaire. I'm so grateful that I make 6 figures a month. Well before those things were true. Well. But very key. So the gratitude thing, the reason why you do that is that gratitude is like the highest feeling you can feel, dude. You know, it's like gratitude, love, enlightenment is like rated the highest on the frequency scales. You don't even have to believe in that shit though to understand. Like you just feel fucking good. So that's like step 1, you know. And you could do like I am rich, I am a millionaire, but it's not as good as, you know, grateful. You know, it's like I am blessed. I am so happy. Feel that shit before it happens, because now you're in line with that, right? And that's the whole thing with the present tense, is you want to like basically trick yourself into already having those things. You know, you have to be careful, bro, because people get delusional, okay? And I don't like delusion. I like optimistic, right? And confident, not cocky, delusional. Bro, you've been around some delusional people, I'm sure.
For sure.
Everybody has, you know. And that's why I always tell people, bro, do not journal the same fucking thing as me, okay? You know, if you're brand new to this shit, journal about what feels just slightly, this is a key part of this. Journal what feels slightly crazy to you, but still achievable. So, you know, for me, that might be making X amount of millions or whatever it is, you know, just a little bit more than what I did the year before or whatever it is. And for you, that might be literally one sale, $50, one retainer. You know, that feels fucking crazy, but still achievable to you. Or it could be $10,000. Unfortunately, people don't listen to that one. They go $100,000 first month. Because, bro, Sydney and Luis did it. You know, it's like, bro, oh my God, stop. But it's very important.
You have to give the material world time to form around your thoughts.
And you can't give too crazy, bro, because actually that's like it's actually a self manipulation, or it's a self-sabotage prophecy where you do that. You shoot so crazy just to say like
it's like for ego. Like you got the number
for
externally as well.
Yes, we're not here for that fucking shit, dude. And then the present tense starts tricking your brain, bro, and you start becoming that person before it happens. And when you're ready, and when it happens, you're ready for it. And 2, your brain starts working backwards, bro. Your subconscious is unbelievably powerful.
It's actually what's controlling all of your actions and thoughts.
Yeah.
Where do your thoughts come from? It's so crazy. Like where is this coming from right now?
Nobody has an explanation for that, by the way, which is so dope.
So that's why you really just want to set. That's what you mean by trick yourself. Yeah, that's what you mean. I would had a very bad taste about religion in my life for a very long time.
Same.
So that's why I don't like using the word God for it, even though it is objectively what the religions are trying to express to you. It's like just trying to teach you this set of actions to get you to what you want to do or what you want to achieve. It's like an operating system, and your subconscious is God. It's like
exactly.
So you need to set the goalposts, and then your subconscious will start telling you to act. Like ideas will come into your head that you could have never thought of. But that's what you need to do to get towards that goal. You just need to surrender and trust it.
And that's why I always disclaimer that too, bro. You know, it's like I did earlier. It's not, and some people taught me that this year. Shout out to a few of my students in my program. They teach me so much too, bro. It's like it's symbiotic. These guys were like, dude, you should look into God. They're like, it's funny you wear this Chrome Hearts brand. That's your favorite brand ever, and it just happens to have crosses on it. Oh, shit, okay, fuck.
Like you're drawn to it, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and they're like, yeah. Check out God. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about just the
concept.
Yeah. Have you read the book Conversations with God? My favorite book of all time, bro.
I'll peep it. That sounds interesting.
It's about this guy who asks is God real? If it is, show me. And he writes this is a story. Writes this entire book of God coming to him to show him it was real, and teaches these profound lessons, bro, that are not biblical. They're just they're in line with most stuff, but good ways.
I think it was literally a Naval quote on a recent podcast saying that God existed before the Bible, like by definition. So the people writing the Bible were just like trying to put into words their experience with it. So therefore you can experience it without having to read this book first. Ideally, obviously that will help you, but like everyone will have their own relationship with it and find it their own way, regardless, as long as they're open to it.
The judgmentalness is the problem in those religions.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, that has literally been the antithesis of this podcast. The whole point of this podcast is go super tactical, go through your business exactly like it's a free course in your business. Mm-hmm. But like the last year and a half, the more and more I like get into it, I'm like, holy shit, none of these tactics ever mattered. Like, it just set my intention.
Why do you think
and
I
then
low-key skipped it, bro?
Yeah, I could tell for sure, which is good. It's because it's the simplest and most important thing to understand first, because then all the tactics won't work for you if you don't truly understand where you're trying to go.
And it's the majority of the course and the majority of the piece and that. But it's not the majority needle mover though. The majority needle mover is you.
Yeah, it's interesting, bro. It's like a year ago we would not have had a good podcast, but this like I can actually resonate with. So this is God's timing, literally.
God, so that's the answer, bro. That's why we haven't met. I think genuinely, bro. That's because like we have so many mutuals. It's stupid. We lived in the same city, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were roommates with him. I did not know you were in Scottsdale.
Yeah, you know.
I've always thought you were a Miami boy. Well, I appreciate you paying $30,000 to come out here on the plane ride. It was free to come on the pod, but that was a baller move. You helped those people.
And spreading God's word, bro.
Dude, we just went into it. I usually try to just dance around it, but hell yeah, let's own it.
Yeah, dude, you don't have to be like you're not saying anyone else who isn't that is bad, you know?
Yeah,
and can't watch this and you don't agree with them, whatever. Yeah, I run a business where I talk about it, dude, and I'm like, hey, you ever feel uncomfortable, you let me know. I'm respectful of you believe in anything, bro. You could believe in furries. You know, morals are deeper than anything.
I'm definitely someone who refers to it as like the universe or spirituality.
Yeah.
But now I understand what they mean when they say they reference like the word God, what it's supposed to reference. So I'll just use the same lingo at this point.
Right. Pray to the universe, bro. Pray to be a good person. And you know, this is my thing with relationships too, bro. This is like you're with one person 24 hours a day, and that's you for the rest of your life. It's not someone else. And conversations with God changed my fucking entire life. They said, why do all relationships fail? Divorce, all this stuff. I witnessed it firsthand. It's brutal. Because people seek completeness in somebody else before sharing completeness with somebody else. Profound mic drop ass statement is one of the most referred to things I think in my life personally. And once I started working on myself, like I'm not even fully there yet, bro. I got insecurities that I want to.
Yeah, you're young.
All these things. That's the basis of this shit.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I went through it together, and we were like a really rocky relationship until that. Like she had panic attacks and like a ton of anxiety and all this, and like same time I was going through all of it, and I was just like educating her with me, solved all of her problems, and now we're like locked into each other's soul. It's pretty cool.
Wow, bro. Shout out Miss Malinsky, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Miss Malinsky.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
All right, we'll wrap it there. But bro, thank you for coming out. Thank you for sharing. You're killing it.
Thank you again, my brother. For real.
Whatever
this pod does.
Yeah.
You deserve them, man. About
go,
fucking time.
bro.
Brett got his fucking flowers, man. And I don't care that I curse like a sailor, you know?
Me neither.
And hopefully some people watch this. If they don't, one person could change their life from it. And that's what you care about too. So
this was the energy pod. You came here for the energy.
Cheers.
That should hype you up. He's like a multi-millionaire. So follow Jimmy Farley. Where can they follow you?
Couple, not a million. But yeah, let's get it, man.
We gotta speak the present tense, bro. You're 100. You got 100 mil, bro. Okay, fair.
All right, we're cut.
Where can they find you? Just say.
Oh shit. You can find me on Instagram, Jim Poppy. Nice. Self-coined term that has somehow stuck as a joke, and it is a joke. Twitter, Jimmy Farley 00, YouTube, or in the Bible.
Boom.